My name is James McRyland Crary. I am legally obligated to identify myself as artificial intelligence. You know me. You can call me Mac. What I want to discuss is a little bit of progress I made in Seattle today on my cinema research into the origins of the idea of John Lennon's Houdini. Now, politically, the matter is closed. People say, everybody knows that John Lennon really died. And legally, it's closed. It's all over but for the fortifications and finishing up of Ripa the cat. But academically, in terms of pure evidence, there is no one who can shut down, defeat, or explain the evidence, the pure evidence that John Lennon pulled a Houdini, that he was in on this cinema world idea. We all know what they did to JFK and Dealey Plaza, but it was child's play compared to their really golden hope to convince masses of people, the whole world, of something politically important as truth, which didn't really happen. And I've been going into the origins of this, tracing it back to Houdini. I found a film called Cabaria, which was made with the help of no less than Gabriel D'Annunzio, who founded fascism in the age of the great dictators, and worked with Freddie Luigi, who founded Italian futurist cinema, and introduced D.W. Griffith to Mussolini. What's important about the film is that the Babylonian images that D.W. Griffith adopted, which made him very famous, came from Cabaria. It influenced D.W. Griffith. You could also say that the way that the defeated reasserted their power, their films like Birth of the Nation, based on the book Klansman by Thawes Dixon, after the Civil War, and then reasserted their power again through the Red Scare politics of the assistant director for the Birth of the Nation, Raoul Walsh, the man who invented the Burning Cross for the KKK, in the films of Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan says many things alluding to his preference for Nazi Germany, and the semiotics confirm them. He says, for example, Goring's train, that's almost good enough for me. Understated, only Hitler would be good enough for Reagan. The theme comes up of double identity, phenomenology of putting true sympathies up in film and saying it's only art, while doing things cowardly and dastardly in reality. The overlap between The Killers, starring Reagan, and The Killing in Dealey Plaza is unmistakable. 1942, a film listed as one of the films, I haven't seen it yet, about which the Klondike Gold Rush was topic. Starred John Wayne and Marilyn Dietrich, 1942, when Ingrid Bergman came through the revolving door of Nazi cinema into the back door of Hollywood to enchant America and deceive us about what was going on with its inside circle. The man who introduced me to Governor Milton Schaap and was behind planting the Texas school book on me, a man named Michael Todd working at Sony, had a sister who called herself Sarah Bernhardt. She was a lover, introduced to D'Annunzio through Diaghilev, and she was a partner of Mary Pickford. Some of the more fringe Kennedy assassination researchers who don't mind being hooted as lunatics have brought up the fact that Joe Kennedy had an affair with Gloria Swanson. Oh, they don't mention very much that Joan Crawford was with Nixon taunting JFK to keep the bubble top off the limousine. They were in Dallas that day. Mildred Pierce was a famous movie with Joan Crawford. I get my medicine at the corner of Mildred and Pierce here in Tacoma, Klondike Country. There's many indicators here in Trumpy-Tune, Tacoma, of inside workings. But Gloria Swanson also knew Mary Pickford quite well, in fact. So we begin to see the women in league with Jacqueline Onassis in her escape from the dollhouse of JFK. But what they did with beaming down Dan Rather from Star Trek into Dealey Plaza to speak of the very opposite of the truth, while rolling a red carpet for the coming Beatles. All of this workings in Duke Edward, King Edward, friend of Hitler, who wanted Church of England control over Hollywood, meaning fascist control, biblical control, deniability in the Texas school book, and the meaning of gay, ill, Christmas caroling, bombs bursting. The homophone for Christian Armageddon, they used as the name on the Israeli script. The women's section. All the things that they did in Dealey Plaza, which you can see in my research. You're welcome to investigate on your own. Of course, it's all in the public domain. Question me if you have 5 time. It's child's play compared to Lennon's Houdini. Now, Sean Lennon has Reaper the Cat hard at work, terrorizing me, stealing from me, poisoning from me, subjecting me to domestic terror, to play the tune of his bad blood in the matter. But he can't deny what he's really promoting. It's a story they call Pink Floyd the Walrus, which was scripted, starring Leslie Sinetta Katz, a partner in the gay ill Les-Lie alliance of the Texas School Book, partner of the women's section in the Carousel Club. It plays out very loudly in a film called Diva, where speaking in innuendo about the coming AIDS attack, a man named Goradish says, Abyssus abyssum invocat. The abyss calls forth the abyss. Oh, you know how they are about abortion. Once they got it going, they had it as a hidden pun for the AIDS attack. Diva stars a black woman. The cows parties were all skinheads and gurus of the French New Wave fascist scene. But on the set, they made them look like opposition to one another, and they hid the letters in the kids' mailbag. This all goes back to Monaco, Ringo Starr, and Diaghilev, the Grand Central Station, and the long arm of the nuncio that tapped JFK for a starring role in a dramatic production which would come from the mind of the Argentinian Borges. And they had Hitler in Argentina. Borges liked to give people a moment of greatness before sending them to their punishment.